needs it or anything, but I'm just making sure that he is out of the game, I suppose. And we see that Hogfight was still able to muster up some forces, so he has a pretty diverse range here. If he had Cloak, I would be in such a tough position right now because I am in no place right now to get observers. And I am going up on this base right now. The SCVs are running. He is trying to move an expansion down to the corner right-hand position. And Zergling's finally coming in. TickTok is back in the game with his Zergling ball. And I'm taking on the Starport production. A couple of Banshees trying to do as much damage as I can. Hypnotika been out of the game for a while now. Sadly, no longer officially has any forces. I think he had some Zerglings kind of running around and scouting for expansions. That was actually pretty huge. And I see right now that one person has left the game, but this Terran player is still in here with quite a lot of forces, and my Stalkers are in a lot of trouble right now because of those tanks. Tanks just do so much damage against Stalkers. I'm able to take a Banshee down right here. A couple more Banshees coming in, and this guy really has absolutely no production left on this game. I don't think that they are really going to be able to come back from this. I finally have a saturated expansion, and TickTok has his base going in. 2 queens, a lair, and a hatchery. He just has the perfect base setup right now for mass speedlings, which has pretty much been doing the entire game. And we are now moving out on this position, trying to move past our units, and we are moving back currently, so it looks like Hogflight wasn't even able to protect a lot of his production. He really just has this high yield here, but I think at this point in the game, we're just kind of waiting for the GG.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that was going through my mind during this point of the game was we're not really sure if they have any expansions on the right-hand side of the map, or at least on the bottom right, so we're not quite sure about their production capabilities, but there is a bit of an advantage just to make sure that our production is working for us and we can 2v1 this guy the best that we can, given how much things have turned.
Yeah, I guess that's why I decided not to attack him right there, because I didn't want to give up our lead. If he was able to take us and then maybe go in and take out TickTok's base, we would have been in trouble. But now we realize that TickTok has pretty good production. I have tons of Stalkers, and I have Blink and even Legs coming into position right now. And TickTok now is going headfirst into this base. A couple of barracks being produced, but I think it's a little bit too late for Hogfight to do anything. TickTok going to town on those SCVs, Banshees, but those Lings are just too massive right now. And oh no, the rest of the Terran force is coming, so TickTok is going to be forced to back out of here. I'm not sure where I am. Looks like I am starting to move around the map right now. I have a couple of Zerglings and tons of Stalkers. I guess what I love about this game is that it's just gone up and down so much. It started as a 3v3, but it's pretty much a 2v1 right now. And I now have my proxy pylon going in. I guess this just kind of shows you how absolutely hectic 3v3s can be, and right now I am starting to go in with these Stalkers and those Zerglings, and we are finally encroaching on this final position.
I'd say that the main thing that helped us with getting to this point was the fact that we were just trying to snipe out production as much as possible. It just goes to show you, when for most of the time they were much stronger than us, but we ended up outlasting them just because of our ability to snipe out their production and continue ours even when we were down.
Yeah, and it looks like this is the last fight for Hogfight, and their Chapel has finally left the game. He hasn't been able to do anything for a while, and that is finally the last bit. So yeah, like I said, this is a pretty good 3v3 matchup, I think, because it shows, I mean, besides the fact that just so much was happening the entire game, it shows that aggressive style play does pay off, but also because there's so much going on in 3v3, if the other team is aggressive, you can lose a lot as well. As you saw, I was pretty much floundering for my economy the entire fight, but we decided that sometimes it's important to give up things and not just try to hopelessly defend a base and just go for their own and try to base exchange, which is kind of what you see in 1v1, but in 3v3 it's on a much bigger scale, and you need to decide with your teammates what is the correct move to make.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is I felt like the other team played very well. We kind of pulled this one out of our backside, and just goes to show you how valuable maintaining strong production is throughout the game.
Yeah, and also just one more point, looking for expansions as well. Hypnotika had a couple of Lings, and he was just kind of running around the map looking for bases. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for the next episode of Maze Esports.